前が俺たちをこんなところで終わらせてくれるはずがねえ。なあ、ミカ。
ミカ好き。
行くぞ、バルバトス。
Wow, guys, this episode was really fucking awesome. I mean, it kind of was the most, in my opinion, the most energetic, or at least it made you keep you on your toes, because there was just so much happening in this episode. So many people that I didn't think were even going to die, well, die. And it's just so many surprises were actually in this episode. It was freaking unbelievable. The atmosphere for this episode was just phenomenal. I mean, right after the scene where Orga gives his little motivational speech before they pretty much go out to, you know, commit suicide basically, because some of the children soldiers had to pretty much be baits so that the other guys can cross through the river when it, you know, the water pressure was down and whatnot. And, you know, it was just so sad seeing, especially, I think his name is Ryder, or Ride, whatever. I'm not sure how to correctly pronounce it. I think it's Ryder, right? But anyways, he got knocked off, I think. I don't think he's dead, but, you know, it was just so sad seeing, like, all these characters just risk their lives in this episode. And probably one of the most terrifying scenes in this whole episode was Gray's Eye. I mean, now, I know all of you can agree with me and say that Gray's Eye was probably one of the most brutal MSs to possibly go against Tekadon. I mean, that thing is huge as hell, and it just killed Ozzy like it was nothing. I mean, it was just ridiculous how fast she died. And then Laughter gets knocked out too. I honestly did not think that out of every character that those two characters would die. But, I mean, Shino is possibly dead. He was still moving inside of the cockpit, but he may just, you know, bleed out. He took a severe amount of injuries to his body, so he may die. But it was just crazy to see Gray's Eye do that much destruction to like all the soldiers. You know, it's like they took a huge train and just went at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and that's how fast the plot just progressed. Like, it was like, you know, things were getting pretty interesting in the last episode, but in this episode it's just like zoom, dude. It's like we're fucking on this train, we're going so fast, we need to end this. Like, that's what I feel like right now. It's just like they're in a rush just to get this shit over with. And this battle that took place in this episode was just really deadly, and many lives were lost because why not? You know, let's just kill off like 5 characters. You know, it's just yeah. But I honestly am very disappointed that Laughter died, because she was one of my favorite female characters from Turbine's group. But it's whatever, dude. And let me talk about the fight between Mikazuki and Galio. Now, this one was kind of, in my opinion, lackluster, because Mikazuki wasn't really, you know, trying all that hard to eliminate the Kimaru's Trooper, I think that's what it's called, with his new upgrade where it looks like a little Pegasus, I guess. But anyways, he was just, you know, he was seeing Galio as like a pest. You know, he was just there just to hold him off. And Mikazuki was getting tired of it, and that little graze that was going towards the city, and he had to just leave. So what I didn't really expect to happen was that Farid actually came onto the battlefield himself and fights Galio. Now, I know they're friends and all, but I didn't really think that he would actually, you know, fight his own friend. Although he did betray pretty much both of them. But I'm just surprised by this. Like, what? No words can describe this. Really, no words can describe the amount of just surprise that just happened in that scene. So I am honestly very hyped for this next episode of IBO, because it's gonna be one interesting match between these two, and I'm curious to see if Farid could actually, you know, finish off his own friend, or at least let him get away or something like that. So moving on to the big climatic fight here between Gray's Eye and Mikazuki. Now, apparently Laughter, I believe, said that this guy was supposedly stronger than Mikazuki himself. And you know, I honestly am just interested in seeing how the Barbatos Form 6 versus Grey Zion will go. Because it's, you know, Grey Zion is obviously a huge ass mobile suit, and he is actually combined with the AV, so he is, you know, making the most out of the system itself compared to Mikazuki. And I don't know, man. I mean, obviously Mikazuki won't die because, well, why would they kill Mikazuki when there's another season coming? I mean, who's gonna be, you know, the next biggest Gundam pilot? Orga? Yeah, fucking right, dude. Orga Itsuka is pretty much the big boss that doesn't actually fight, but gives out orders. You know, he's sometimes in mobile workers on the front lines, but he doesn't really, you know, pilot a more serious mobile suit. He's just, you know, the guy just chills in the background, but is still having a lot of big boss traits. And speaking of big boss traits, with the way IBO has been going recently, there are so many Metal Gear Solid 5 memes that you can make out of Iron Blood Orphans right now. It's just ridiculous. And if you guys haven't seen the one I made yesterday, I believe, you should definitely check it out. I'll leave it in the description. It's not the best editing, I know, but I thought it was slightly kind of funny. But yeah, anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this episode review. I am really dying to see the next episode of IBO. Like, I have so many exams this week, and it's going to be a huge refresher for me personally. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
舞い落ちる花